Who are the most influential writers for me? I would probably have to say John Calvin and C.S. Lewis. My father was a theologian, and he did his doctoral work on Calvin and the doctrine of the Holy Spirit. So I grew up with Calvin being a member of our family, pretty much. And so his theology was very much something that permeated our home. But as an adult then, reading the Institutes, I was deeply moved. And I think the reason why those two in particular are my favorite authors are because they bring together deeply moving prose with deeply intellectual, rigorous thinking. And so I enjoy that integration of those two things, of the head and the heart. And so you see that in the Institutes, so clearly laid out theologically, but you can see Calvin's heart for the Lord just shining through. And he had originally meant it as a summa pietas, not a summa theologia, unlike Aquinas's summa theologia, but he had meant it as a summa pietas, a summary of piety. And for him, piety was a very specific thing. It was filial piety between a child. Well, it was the piety of a child towards a father that was somebody that he revered, but also had great affection for. And so you can see that permeating through the Institutes. I think C.S. Lewis is a favorite writer for me because, again, it's that head and the heart that come together. But in the case of Lewis, the integration happens often in his fiction writings. So you think about the Chronicles of Narnia, and you have deep gospel theology that is coming through, especially in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And so there's intellectual content that's there, but it's presented in a way that is deeply moving because it's presented as a story, and it really kindles the imagination. And so again, it's that integration of head and heart.